Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is a video about Darth Maul. I don't really have any grand point that I want to make with this video other than he's a cool looking Darth Maul. So let's take a look at all of them for some reason. So let's get into it. This is Old Master Maul. But before we get there, I just briefly wanted to recount how we got here. This started it all. And what I mean by that isn't just that this was part of the very first wave of Black Series figures. This was my personally first Black Series figure that I bought way back in 2013. I have done a sort of review on him. Honestly, I'm not going to really get into it. I just wanted to bring him out to show you where we started and where we've come to get to this Maul. This was meant to be the end all be all of figures because that's how the line started. And for what, 8-9 years, this was the only Darth Maul to come out in the line. You know, I make that sound like it was a bad thing, but it's objectively true that they're making way better figures now than they were most of the line before like 2019 or so. The next Darth Maul was just this one again, released in the archive wave. And then what was that, 2019? Eventually, Hasbro graced us with this partial reuse of a figure. You know, now that I think about it, every partial reuse is also partially new. Gotta spin it positively, Mike. Come on. This came out in the first wave of their publication line based on the Darth Maul Sith Apprentice comic. He is the same figure from the waist down. He has a new kind of waist piece and then a whole new figure from the waist up. And I've actually gone over this figure as part of my brief overview of the publication line, so I'm not going to get into it that much, but I do just kind of want to show off. His red is a little bit different. Now, this is the original release. This is not the archive version. I think I didn't like the newer faces. This one, though, we have a brand new face, and he's got this snarl that I love. I know a lot of people prefer the more stoic, closed mouth looks, but for me, Darth Maul, so angry. I want that hate in there. I love that. You saw it a lot in the Clone Wars. He came with the same lightsaber, but it is, you know, it's painted better. It splits in half. The blades are removable, you know, normal stuff. But most importantly, we have brand new articulation on the arms, on the shoulders, even on the neck. Whereas this is 2013 articulation, which wasn't good. He does still have older legs, and these legs are absolutely terrible. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, these feet, it's like they're rounded because of the curves up on each side. They act like rockers sometime, and they don't like to stand up. Anyways, so that was that. And then for a while, we didn't get any new Darth Maul per se. We got two of these guys, one with a mace, one with a bow. They've got really cool sharper, longer head spikes. They're basically Darth Mauls, but not. They're Zabraks. They're from Dathomir. They're cool, not really relevant to this other than, you know, we're finally getting some more aliens in the line, but it is heavy reusage of this figure, which is why I bring it up. We also got a partial reusage in Darth Nihilus. That's not right. I mean Darth Nihilus. As you can see, I've swapped their heads because for some reason, Hasbro decided to give us a Darth Nihilus on Darth Maul's original body, but with new arms. I think does he have like Darth Vader arms? It's not a good look. This is a simple head swap with the unmasked Kylo Ren. This is what Darth Nihilus should look like. This is like what he looks like in the game. I don't really understand. They put him on this body. Darth Maul's so short. Darth Maul's like 5'7". Anyways, this is neither here nor there. That was it for a while until Hasbro gave us this, a figure that I had been looking forward to for so long. A look for Darth Maul that I love so much, I bought the Hot Toy version of it. This is Clone Wars Season 7 Darth Maul, our very first brand new Darth Maul sculpt since the line began in 2013. He looks phenomenal. In fact, He was my figure of the year last year because I got him in December of 2022. Now that I think about it, this might be the same torso as that one back there. It's really hard to tell. I don't think the neck is reused, but it also might be reused as well. I know the face is brand new. That's not a reuse, but we might have some reuse here in the chest and neck because, you know, for some things you don't need to reinvent the wheel for. But what's important is he does have a brand new arm on both sides, obviously. He has brand new waist, but then most importantly, most importantly, he has brand new legs. Not only because finally they could not get away with reusing those same Darth Maul legs because he looks different. But you know, we finally have updated legs, and now he does have the bottom legs being robotic, or just his legs are robotic because he was cut in half in episode 1. And then there's a whole thing where he was half spider, and then there was a thing where he got a couple different looks on his robot legs they were kind of backwards arrival legs until he settled on legs that look like this. And I like these legs. These are probably my favorite Darth Maul legs. There's a lot of paint and detailing on here. First, we have this nice overlay. It is a separate rubber piece. You could probably take it off if you want to, like the Hot Toy comes off. However, the arms do not come off. But if you wanted to, I'm sure that you could swap these arms with those arms back there, since those are bare, and you could have just like an upper bare-chested Maul if you want to, but you'd have to heat the figure up and swap things out, and I'm not prepared to do that. But if you want to, I'm sure that you could. He looks great from head to toe. We have tons of painting on the belt, on the arms. It's not anything big, but obviously, like, the torso is painted. It's either black with red or red with black. I'm pretty sure it's a black base with the red being painted on, both on the head, on the torso, all these little bits on his arms and the belt. And so there's actually a lot of painting on here. There's so much painting. I'm surprised that he wasn't a deluxe figure. He's got some paint apps on the legs, but they are just molded into that color. We do have a decent range of articulation, like I kind of showed off with the head earlier. He's got joints all over the place up here, one at the base of the neck, one at the actual base of the shoulders. So he can do a lot of stuff. He's got a great torso joint. He's got that butterfly joint that you love. These little pieces are separate and they kind of move separately. So it moves properly with the arm, which is great. He's got a pretty good kick out. The rubber on the waist doesn't get in the way. He has a single jointed knee, but honestly, it bends enough for what you need. There's also a swivel there because of the way that it's constructed. This moves up and down, and then it also does have a rocker as well. With this being his best Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, he does come with one accessory, and that is his lightsaber. This is faithfully recreated from the season 7 episode of the Clone Wars. I will say my lightsaber in here is a little loose. Like, it doesn't like to stay, so it looks like it droops a little bit. It's not droopy. Like, it is droopy, but it's not bent. It's just droopy, and that kind of sucks. No, that's too easy. But that's actually a problem, as you can see behind me, with most Darth Mauls and lightsabers from this era. I will say this anytime it comes up, Hasbro, you gotta do lightsabers like you do with TVC now. This should be one singular construction. You could still make it split in the middle if you need to. That's not a problem that I have. The problem that I have is right here. And whenever he inevitably falls over, especially with a long lightsaber like this, he will fall, he will hit, it will break here. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. This right here and this right here are weak spots on designs like this. It's true for every lightsaber, not just double-bladed ones, but it's worse on double-bladed ones because they have twice as many hilts to land on. So it's just going to be an issue. So this whole thing, or at least this half and this half, should be solid construction, and they should have unignited hilts it's a separate piece. Now you can, if you want to, plug this in right here. I actually have never done this before on this figure. This is the first time I'm doing it, It's not my favorite look, but you can do it. I'm not going to take the lightsaber blades out, but it does fit right on this little nubbin right there, and that's fine. Darth Maul here looks incredible in every sense of the word. I absolutely love the way he looks. He moves really well, and he was hands down easily my choice for figure of the year last year. And if you got him this year, I wouldn't be surprised to see him on more lists this year. And it was so good, I honestly wasn't looking for another Darth Maul. There were more Darth Mauls to make for sure. Certainly Rebels. And the big Spider Maul. I would love a Spider Maul, but Hasbro gave us this figure. It was announced towards the beginning of the year, and as you can see here, the lightsaber does like to droop a little bit. This is Darth Maul, but it's Gaming Greats, which is interesting to me. It's an interesting choice for them to go with. This is Gaming Greats from Battlefront 2, a game that I own but have not played. This is a skin that he has in the game, and while this isn't accurate to Rebels, which is the one that I want, this is accurate to how he looked in the game. So I'll take what I can get, and honestly, what we're getting is maybe the best Darth Maul possible. They've taken everything from this Darth Maul back here and just really, really gone to town with it. Like, it's incredible. Right off the bat, he has the same legs as the other Darth Maul, but they're this shiny, dark gunmetal, which I love. They even have a different texture to them. They are reused, but as far as I can tell, that's the only real reuse in this whole figure. These arms are new. They're actually skinnier than the arms on this one back here. So they're not just reused back there. We have definitely new forearms because they have the gloves on them. We have new gloved hands. We have this new chest, which is probably an overlay to just that, but the overlay counts as something new. It is just a leather shirt, but it looks good. And he has a new leather piece on his waist area. He also has these new shoulder pieces and then a brand new head, which is probably my favorite head of all of them. This looks like the head from the 2-disc episode 1 soundtrack. It was like a weird kind of blue shiny look. He looks fantastic. All of the tattoos look great. All the paint apps look great. His face is just this wicked evil sneer. I absolutely love it. There's a great Ray Park look about this. I can hear Sam Witwer's voice coming right out of his mouth. Not a lot of paint. Obviously, we have some on the arms and we have some on the face. There's a lot on the face. We have a couple little bits on the shirt and whatnot. I don't think this is paint, but it does have a very shiny luster to it. So I don't know if that's the material or the paint they use, but it looks really, really good. Again, just like the other Darth Mauls, he comes with one lightsaber, but unlike the other Darth Mauls, it is double-bladed, but it doesn't split in the middle. And I actually like that. It does have a lot of details into it. It is modeled after his lightsaber from Rebels. Even though it's not as long, in the middle part, it does tend to kind of droop over time, like it tends to bend, especially at these points right here, just from gravity. Not really from doing anything, just from gravity. So again, I would really love to see this all as one piece and then just give us the hilt separately. I know it's a little bit more money, but having this all be one piece it's so much better. I can't tell you how many lightsabers I've lost. It's not a lot of lightsabers. In fact, you might notice that my Darth Nihilus is using the Kylo Ren lightsaber because my Darth Nihilus took a tumble and the lightsaber broke. It's one of those things, and you can't just go out and get a new lightsaber. You can't just go out and get a new lightsaber blade, especially if the lightsaber blade peg is broken in the lightsaber hilt. You have to get a whole new Darth Nihilus, and I don't want to buy a whole new Darth Nihilus just to get a new lightsaber. That's just so much money, especially in the aftermarket, when figures like Darth Nihilus are going for so much. Now there's a rumor he's getting re-released soon, and I might buy another one. Who knows? But it is ridiculous that Hasbro's made these to break. They made them very breakable for, a $20 toy. It's not very durable. And then there's really no easy way to do it. Hasbro should 100% just release lightsaber packs, and I would buy them all. He's just my favorite Darth Maul. He is the best Darth Maul. I would say he's probably going to be my #1 figure of the year, but this year is bonkers so far with figures, and we're only a little bit of halfway through. We've still got like Darth Malgus and so many other figures to get, so I can't say for certain this will be the top like that Darth Maul was. It wholly depends on what else comes out this year, but he's definitely in the top 10 for sure. Absolutely love him. He's my favorite Darth Maul. I'm giving him a 4.75 out of 5. And the only reason he is getting docked, well, there's two reasons, and I'm only docking him a little bit for it because he can't help this, but I would have preferred it to be the Rebels version with the little hood. And I know you can buy there's an upgrade kit that like Lance Speeder Luke has done, but I don't want to do that. I just want the figure to look like I want the figure to look. So I would prefer it if it had been the Rebels version, but I'm not really docking him for that. What I am docking him for is just that lightsaber thing I mentioned. I just got this guy. He's less than a week old in my collection, and that lightsaber is already, you know, bending in places, and that's just ridiculous. So this is 4.75 out of 5. This one right here, this one I probably would give a 4. I'm gonna say 4.75 as well. Like, these are both really, really good. If I had to choose one, I would choose this one, but I like them both about the same. I just like his proportions and his legs and his lightsaber better. But as far as in terms of like figures go, they're both really good and way better than the ones back there. The ones back there really have shown their age, especially with those lower legs. So I'm so happy to actually have this in my collection. Thank you, Hasbro, for giving me something I didn't even know I wanted. So it's very nice to have. So those are my thoughts on Darth Maul. All the Darth Mauls, but mostly the two most recent Darth Mauls. Let me know what you think down in the downstairs area. Did you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Are you getting it? Are you not getting it? Have you played Battlefront 2 and used that skin? Is it good? Should I play Battlefront 2? If you're my co-host on Black Series Cantina, Zach, then the answer is yes. He won't shut up about getting me to play it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. I'd like to take a quick moment and thank these people here for supporting me on Patreon at a Black Series level or higher. Yes, people still do that, and it's very nice that they do. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. And like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.